how do you issue bonus shares in your property company? Hi, I'm Kimberly Shapcotts, qualified chartered accountant, property investor and entrepreneur. Let's sit down and have a chat. So you've set up your property company, but you might not quite have the right number of shares that you need to have. So if you set up your property company with one share, you may actually find that you're now in a position where you go, I want to bring my partner in, or I want to bring my children in, but I've not got enough shares because I've only got one share. So what do I do? And what you do is you do a bonus issue. Now this is the first step in a whole host of activities to bring children or partners into a company, but quite a crucial point depending on what you need to do. So let's dive into the bonus issue part of a transaction, which there may be a few steps depending what you're looking at doing. But let's focus on bonus issues today and check out the other videos which will tell you to come here, or it may just be that you're looking at expanding the number of shares you have got in your company. Now, the starting position is, why do we need to have more shares in a company? And the normal reason is you've only got one or two shares, and actually you want to be maybe gifting some of those shares to another individual. If you want a different percentage from 50-50, then you may need some more shares, because to do a 60-40 or a 25-75 share split, you need to have enough shares to actually enable you to do that proportion. So maybe you need to go from one share or two shares to 10 or 20 or 50 shares, whatever fits to give you the end result that you are looking at. In this video, we're focusing on a very specific type of issue of shares, and that is a bonus issue of shares. And the reason I reiterate this is because there are a few other ways to issue shares. You could issue new shares, you could do a rights issue, and there's a few different things that you may consider. In this circumstance, we're talking about a bonus issue. And the reason we're looking at a bonus issue is because we want to give additional shares to the existing shareholders. So if you've got one share, we want to give that one shareholder another 9 shares to take them to 10 shares. So we don't want to increase the amount that we're putting into the company, we just want to expand that share capital that we have already got in the company. For a bonus issue, you can only issue shares to the existing shareholders, and it's free of charge. So there's no additional charge for issuing these additional shares to that individual. Now, there are a few different steps that we need to take to enable a bonus issue to be completed. So the first step that we need to look at is whether we're allowed to actually do bonus issues. And this can be checked by looking at the Memorandum of Articles and Association of Articles of the company, see if there's any restrictions within them. Now, if you've got a normal Table A set of Memorandum and Articles of Association, then there's going to be no issues, and that's going to be for the majority of companies. But you may just need to check that that is the case and there's no restrictions on any bonus issues within those company documents. An ordinary resolution will need to be completed, and there'll need to be some board minutes of the meeting that is completing that resolution to say we are going to do a bonus issue to our existing shareholders. The company will then need to register the new allotment of shares that have been issued to those existing shareholders in the registers of shares and the register of shareholdings, so that it's very clear in these registers that these additional shares have been issued. Share certificates will then need to be issued within 2 months of this new bonus issue to the shareholders, so that they've got all of those different details should they need them for future reference. And the final stage in this process is that a form needs to be submitted to Companies House, which is an SH01, which is an allotment of shares summary, which basically is just sharing with Companies House exactly what has been done within the company, so it knows exactly what the shareholdings of the company are going forward. When you've done these several steps, as I've just run through, that will then have issued you those bonus shares. So now going forward, rather than being a company with one share, you'll now be a company with 10, 20, 50, however many shares that you need to have in the company, ready to do whatever the next step with those is. It may be you're looking at gifting them to someone else. It may be you're looking at selling them to someone else. But you're now in a position to be able to do the next step of whatever approach you may be taking. This may be preemptive to set things up for the future with children, or this may be something as part of a larger scheme of things to get you into the position you need to be. Hopefully today you've discovered the process of issuing bonus shares into your property company when it may be relevant. If you have any questions, then please do leave a comment. Please like the video and do subscribe to the channel. And let's make tax less taxing. Let's make tax less taxing.